the other night coming out. His velocity went boom, boom, back up, ticked up. So it's one of those things. You might get the best out of guys down in that situation. You don't really know.
I'm feeling actually better this year going into it than last year.
Yeah.
Now that we've got experienced guys, we're healthy. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
We are in a good spot right now. Let's just hope we can back up what we've been showing. So, all right, Tommy, coming up on the show, we'll talk about the clincher. We're going to come back and talk to you about how he clinched and then the spectacular post-game celebration, of which I was not down there, thankfully. I know John Middleton was down there in his T-shirt and flip-flops, and everyone just got sprayed. But then I'll tell you about the post-game celebration that took place back at our, with the front office. A really fun day. That was on Tuesday, and a lot to talk about. Again, we're going to get you set up for today's game and get you set up for the playoffs. You're listening to Septa Baseball Insiders Show presented by BCWSA. We are live from Puss & Boots Tavern in Fairless Hills, PA.
Puss & Boots Tavern on Trenton Road in Fairless Hills is better than ever. Sit down, relax on their outdoor patio, and try their award-winning burgers and sandwiches. Visit their takeout store for all of your favorite takeout. And it's not just food. You can also stock up on beers, soda, cigars, snacks, and a variety of convenience items. Call 215-295-8236 to place your order or have them host your next party or affair. Get out and enjoy the summer weather today at Puss & Boots Tavern.
The life of an Eagles fan is a wild ride. Some years we triumph. Some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game, shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on Septa. And this season, fans ride home free from NRG Station on the Broad Street line thanks to Unibet, an official casino and sportsbook partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home, sponsored by Unibet at iseptaphilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Join hosts Paul Domowitch and Paul Jalovitz this and every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. for the Independence Blue Cross Monday Night Kickoff Show live from the Great American Pub in Conshohocken. Join the Paws as they'll have a different Eagles alumni guest each week and break down the team's upcoming matchup. It's the Independence Blue Cross Monday Night Kickoff Show live from the Great American Pub in Conshohocken right here on 1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM.
Energy costs are skyrocketing. Now's the time to upgrade your old heater and air conditioning systems to more efficient units to save on your utility bills. Harris Comfort can also handle all your propane needs, as well as providing sales and service on whole house generators. Harris Comfort is still family owned and has been serving our area for over 60 years, providing sales, service, installation, and peace of mind. Call 215-788-4596 or go to harriscomfort.com. Harris Comfort, still family and still local.
The life of an Eagles fan is a wild ride. Some years we triumph. Some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game, shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on Septa. And this season, fans ride home free from NRG Station on the Broad Street line thanks to Unibet, an official casino and sportsbook partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home, sponsored by Unibet at iseptaphilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We now return to the Septa Baseball Insiders Show presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games John Brazer and former pitcher from the '93 National League champion Phillies, Tommy Greene.
All right, we are back to Septa Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA. We're live from the Puss Boots Tavern in Fairless Hills, PA. I'm John Brazer, joined by my co-host Tommy Greene. And Tommy, you can watch the show live at WBCBsports.com, or you can search WBCB Sports on YouTube, and you can listen to the show on 1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM, your station in Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County. And Tommy, it's time now for the Smart Stat of the Week, brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call them today at 1-866-PAY-EASY. That's 1-866-PAY-EASY. As I mentioned, we did lose a legend in Brooks Robinson.
Yes.
So off the air, Chris Ermer brought this up. This is just really uncanny stats. So Brooks Robinson 10 times drove in the only run in a 1-0 game, the most in history. So 10 times the Orioles won 1-0, and it was Brooks Robinson that drove in that run, the most in history. The first game after he passed away, The Orioles won 1-0.
How about that?
Right? And Brooks Robinson spent 23 seasons wearing number 5. The Orioles scored 5 runs in the second game after he had passed away. So that is how you honor a legend.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
And you
it's
know what?
Amazing how things kind of come around like that, and it happens like that. It's unbelievable.
It really is unbelievable. And I got to tell you too, Aaron Nola, what a season. I shouldn't say what a season, but what a career so far that's kind of gone a little underrated.
You reckon?
Yeah, because
I think people get on him for some. He deserves more love than he gets.
I agree with you because he right here the most 200-plus strikeout seasons in Phillies history. Okay, the most 200-plus strikeout seasons in Phillies history.
Yeah. Steve
Carlton,
obviously
7.
Yeah.
Aaron Nola, he's got 5. He just did it this year.
Yeah.
5th time. Aaron Nola, 5 times he's had 200-plus strikeout seasons. And the guy's durable, too. He never, knock on wood, strong knocking on wood.
Yeah, one little thing when he come up, and it seemed like they kept it, not under wraps, but
because look at these people that
stayed ahead of it,
now,
and he's done what he needed to do to get better from
Hall of Famer Jim Bunning had 4. Grover Cleveland Alexander, who was also, wasn't he the president of the United States too, Grover Cleveland?
I guess.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe not Alexander. He had 4. Cliff Lee had 3. Hamels had 3. Zach Wheeler has 2.
Yeah.
Halliday had 2. Schilling 2. Chris Short 2. But Aaron Nola 5, right behind Steve Carlton. That was your Philly Smart Stat of the Week. Once again, brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call them today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for the smart choice in payroll services. Call them again at 1-866-PAY-EASY.
Now, didn't Schilling one time here have over 300? Lefty was one of those guys too, right?
Could have, yeah.
That's impressive.
Very impressive. And I tell you what, it's I do this immaculate grid. I don't know if you've done the immaculate grid.
Yeah, you've told me about it. I don't know it.
And they'll have they'll say
the leagues and all that stuff.
They'll say the Cleveland Indians, and you got to put in someone who's had 200 strikeouts in a season.
Yeah.
And then you start going through your head, all right, who Corey Kluber, but then you also got to go modern day, old time, because the strikeouts are more prevalent in the modern time.
Yeah.
So you're not going to go back to someone from the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Really, strikeout guys, because more people are striking out these days.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to go more in the modern guy.
Yeah.
And same thing with the stolen bases. If it's who's had 50 stolen bases for the Cubs, it's got to be going back.
Yeah.
Right. Because although this year,
now it's starting to go the other way.
We've had a lot of stolen bases. It's I got to tell you, Major League Baseball, I think, has done a good job for a lot of the grief that commissioner gets. But this year in particular, we sped up the games by 26 minutes, right? So the games are sped up. You're seeing more stolen bases. You're seeing more action than just strikeout home run, which I think was getting into a bad way.
And I get that. I still think they need to tweak some things.
Yeah,
the
it's
way
not perfect.
They kind of did.
It's not perfect.
They did a lot.
They did.
I think that it affected a lot.
Yeah.
Of people, and I think they a little course correction could be just maybe a thing or two, maybe.
By the way, I got 5 missed calls from Angel Hernandez, which I think is a daily occurrence.
Wow. God almighty. Don't get me started on him, man. I have to really watch my language when I'm around him. Or when I'm talking about that dude.
I sent a screenshot of missed calls, Angel Hernandez missed calls, and I sent it to on your phone. I sent it to L.A. and I said, Angel Hernandez, I've got 3 missed calls from Angel Hernandez, and it seems to happen every day. So, I just wanted to get LA's blood boiling right there.
Okay, it doesn't take much with that. Get LA with that.
We will talk about Angel Hernandez.
Wow.
All right, how about Tuesday night? This is a fun one to talk about because the Phils clinch the wild card and the number 1 seed in the wild card with an extra inning game versus the Pirates. And I think what happened was, we did give up a late home run to make it to go into extra innings.
Yeah.
But I think Kimbrel wanted to do that so we could do it in a more exciting fashion. So we could have a walk-off, right?
He actually threw the ball great. He just made one mistake.
Yep.
He made that mistake, and the guy hung a breaking ball.
Yeah. So Phils took the lead in the 6th on a Brandon Marsh home run, which is good to see.
Yeah.
Harper sac fly. They did Brian Reynolds, who's their superstar.
And their guy had a no-hitter going at the time, wasn't it? Or something like that. He was
pitched pretty well. But Reynolds hit a solo shot off Nola. And then Davis hit the solo home run off Kimbrel to tie the game.
Yeah.
And I love it because in the 10th, Hoffman. Now talk about a guy who's going to be a weapon too. Again, unproven. Chris Ermer's, a little worried about Kirk can come in. Yeah. Well, Hoffman's never done in the playoffs. Well, but he's been arguably our most consistent pitcher all year. He walked the leadoff batter, but then he got 2 flyouts to center field, and then he basically got a strikeout.
A big, huge strikeout right there.
Yep. So then in the bottom of the 10th, Rojas
stop him from scoring. I mean, that was what in the ghost runner. Thing. That was huge.
Yeah, because if you're the home team and you blank in that half, you're gonna win.
He had bases loaded at the time. So
Rojas had the single. Now his parents had never seen him play live Major League Baseball.
Oh, it's awesome.
And they were here because he got honored as the best hitter in the minor league system in the Phillies.
Yeah.
And what does he do in front of his parents? He singles to center field, scoring Pache from second. So what that meant
goes 2 for 4.
Yeah. So what that meant, Tommy, is that the guy who scored the winning run, right, Christian Pache, was designated for assignment from the worst team in baseball, the A's.
Yeah.
Right? The guy who hit the winning hit spent most of his year in Double-A.
Yeah.
And the guy who got the win was signed to a minor league deal and was only called up since he threw great BP to Harper during rehab.
And he's since went 5-2. For the year.
So the guy,
so the guy. Reliever,
so think about that. We had, who would have thought in the beginning of the year that you'd be talking about Jeff Hoffman, Christian Pache, maybe Pache because he was on the team last year.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about Pache, Hoffman, and Rojas, they're going to be key to the clincher, right? And then throwing Kirkring, and your head would be spinning right now.
Well, I mean, it takes a team.
It
takes a community to raise a child.
Right,
it takes a team to win a ball game, or win a division, or get into the playoffs.
Well, Nola had a very strong outing, which is really encouraging because he's going to pitch game 2. 6 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 0 walks, 8 Ks. His stuff looked great.
Oh,
it really
did. Awesome. He's right there where we need him to be.
And Strom, Kimbrel, Alvarado, Hoffman closed it out again. Kimbrel, a little bit of hiccup, but I think he likes the flair for the dramatics and wanted us to do it. But then, Tommy, the best was the post-game celebration. And you know, there's 2 MVPs of the post-game celebration. One is Garrett Stubbs. Garrett Stubbs had the overalls on.
I did see that.
And he had the one side of the overall unbuttoned. So basically, he's you
look like they might have grown up near Crucky back there.
Yeah, he could have. He was in a dance. It looked like he was in a dance-off with several pitchers with a cigar in his hand, champagne. And I'm telling you, that guy, I've interviewed him on our podcast. He no wonder why he picks the music. No, like you need an energy guy like that, a young energy guy, and you also need a team where the veterans allow the young energy guys to blossom, right?
Because it's blossom. He's like, to me, it's like Wendy, my wife, right? I tell people when I describe her, it's like the squirrel on Ice Age. Right. He's freaking. That's him. He's got all that energy. He's busting to come out. He's that type. And it's great that, like you say, they let him.
Let
him out.
Let
him blossom.
And John Middleton throwing balls in the stands and just it was just so. And then after the game, now the players are all. Rob Thompson gives a speech, and I love where he did it last year, where he goes to JT. He said, "How many games we have to win?" JT's like 13. Then they all go nuts, right? You can really tell that they love each other. You can tell that they really are a close team, just that they really enjoy. And I think that's what I think why the team does well. Whereas you juxtapose that to the Mets and the Padres, some of these big spending teams, the Yankees, that aren't in the playoffs. And they've got major superstars, major payroll, but there's something dysfunctional about those organizations. And I don't know if it's a chemistry thing or a lack of chemistry thing, whether it's just something that's just they're not.
I agree. I totally agree.
And this is a team that's got superstars. It's got a big payroll.
Yeah.
But you can see the genuine love for each other and the trust and everyone having their backs. And
I think you mentioned a team that was that it was kind of coming on late. It was kind of coming on late in the season that got knocked out, but they got hot. Was the Padres they figured something out.
Right. And it's too late though.
It was too late, but. They were going to be, if they got in, they were going to be dangerous.
You didn't want that, man.
Real dangerous.
When you got Blake Snell on the mound.
Oh, he's probably your Cy Young guy.
And then you got those guys. So good.
You're right. Get out.
And they're in a little, I don't know what's going to happen because their manager could be in trouble. Their GM could be in trouble. A.J. Preller used to be an intern for the Phillies.
Yeah.
And then I know they've got some big free agent. Hader's a free agent. And some others. So Snell's a free agent. So
yeah, I don't see him.
And I don't know if they're. And they already said they're going to reduce their payroll by like $60 million. So it's a good thing.
Somebody's got to go.
By the way, your wife is Scrat. Scrat was a fictional character in the Ice Age franchise. And for all those who haven't seen Ice Age, Tommy's comparing his wife to a saber-toothed squirrel who's obsessed with collecting acorns, constantly putting his life in danger to obtain and defend them.
Yeah,
so Scrat.
That's her.
So Wendy
she knows it. She knows it. I've told her.
Wendy is Scrat. I love that. All right. Did you know that Septa operates a fully electrified multimodal rail system as one of the largest green bus fleets in the nation? 2 reasons why. Septa commuters have 1/3 the carbon footprint of those who travel by car. Visit iSeptaPhilly.com to plan your trip today. That's iSeptaPhilly.com. All right. Coming up on the show, we will talk about the rest of the week, but we're going to start getting into talking about who we want to play, Diamondbacks or Marlins. I'm going to break it down. I'll have some stats for you. Also going to have some great numbers for you associated with the game this year, and then we'll get you set up for today's game as well. You are listening to the Septa Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA. We are live from Puss in Boots Tavern in Fairless Hills, PA.
Puss and Boots Tavern on Trenton Road in Fairless Hills is better than ever. Sit down, relax on their outdoor patio, and try their award-winning burgers and sandwiches. Visit their takeout store for all of your favorite takeout. And it's not just food. You can also stock up on beers, soda, cigars, snacks, and a variety of convenience items. Call 215-295-8236 to place your order or have them host your next party or affair. Get out and enjoy the summer weather today at Puss in Boots Tavern.
The life of an Eagles fan is a wild ride. Some years we triumph. Some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game, shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on Septa. And this season, fans ride home free from NRG Station on the Broad Street line thanks to Unibet, an official casino and sportsbook partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home, sponsored by Unibet at iSeptaPhilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Tommy Greene from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. And here's the pitch. BCWSA water and sewer customers, you have a new and improved option to pay your bill that's convenient, reliable, and secure. Powered by Invoice Cloud, you can pay your bill 24/7 online, pay by text or phone, or sign up for AutoPay to avoid fees for late or missed payments. Visit bcwsa.net to sign up or for more info. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
The life of an Eagles fan is a wild ride. Some years we triumph. Some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game, shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on Septa. And this season, fans ride home free from NRG Station on the Broad Street line thanks to Unibet, an official casino and sportsbook partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home, sponsored by Unibet at iSeptaPhilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Insider Show presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games John Brazer and former pitcher from the 93 National League champion Phillies, Tommy Greene.
All right, we are back to the Septa Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA, live from the Puss in Boots Tavern in Fairless Hills, PA. I am John Brazer, joined by Tommy Greene. And Tommy, we're going to talk about one last game because I don't think we need to talk about the doubleheader yesterday, right? I don't think we need to talk about after we've already clinched the game on Thursday that we lost to the Pirates.
Yeah.
So we're going to skip that, but we're going to go through Wednesday's game, which we'll dub the hangover game because we had already clinched. And I didn't mention Rob Thompson came up to the office after he had made his speech to the players.
Yeah.
And he came up and talked to all the front office. I have the utmost respect for Rob Thompson.
Yeah.
Think he is a class act. But on Wednesday, Suarez, now let's hope he can just shake this bad start. Gave up 3 runs in the first, 2 more in the third. They get off to a 5-0 lead.
Yeah.
But then we start coming back. We got a little, we had
that's
a field,
what I like about this team a little bit. They don't give up, man.
Fielder's choice, and I tell you what, Garrett Stubbs should go out and celebrate before every playoff game because Garrett Stubbs hit his first home run of the year on the day that he was the MVP of the post-game celebration.
How about that?
So, again, Garrett Stubbs.
Couldn't happen to a better guy.
I hope you were out late Monday night and Tuesday night, and then hopefully we won't even need you Wednesday night. But then we cut it to the lead, right? Yeah. But then they get another run to make it 6-4. But we make it 6-5 on a solo home run by Sosa, and then we tie it up on an RBI single by Pache, and then Harper. How about Bryce Harper?
How about him?
He hits a blast in seventh. It's good to see him heating up, and as you said, it's very important that these guys, the games might not mean anything, but it's good that they are. He gets one of the blasts, and we go up 7-6.
Well, he went 3 for 4, man.
He did.
Mean, he's been right there.
Yes, and
he's been our consistent guy.
And 3 for 4. Stubbs had 3 RBI home run. Sosa went 2 for 4. And Suarez, again, gave up 6 earned runs. Let's hope he can bounce back. And then, good performance from Dominguez, Kirkring, Corey, and Soto. Yeah. So Soto had 3 strikeouts, which is good to see. And the only one I'll say is what I do like about this team is that in a game that does not matter, that Thursday night game, Angel Hernandez on the mound, right? It's Thursday night, right? Am I getting my nights?
It doesn't matter.
And yes, in the very beginning,
his name kills me.
Does a check swing, Harper, and clearly a check swing, not even close.
It's not even close.
And Hernandez is on third base, says he went through, and Harper went nuts. And as I think this is a lot of bottled frustration from probably many incidences with Angel Hernandez.
Every time with that guy.
Yeah.
He finds a way to interject
immerse himself into the game,
and to look at me, look what I did, type thing. And Braze, you don't know. I come up with this guy. We followed each other up from 1986 all the way up to the big leagues, and he's been there. How is that guy who grades out the way he does still umpire in the big leagues? I don't understand, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, it
was that bad.
It's giving the proponents for robo-umps some.
Well,
some
he does, and that can't happen. That can't happen.
I know. I don't want that to happen. All right, Tommy. Consider a career at Septa. Septa relies on and needs bus operators, train engineers, and conductors. As a Septa employee, you'll earn competitive compensation, great benefits, including medical, dental, prescription, and a pension. Visit jobs.septa.org to apply today. That's jobs.septa.org. All right, Tommy. Let's go through some numbers here. Okay. Here's some of the 10.
You got your stat hat on today, don't you?
10 of the most crazy stats that have taken place in baseball this year. All right, are you ready? Yeah. These could have been the payroll service solutions stats of the day, but I saved that for more local.
I know one of them's got to be one guy. I know for definite.
All right, how about this one? Atlanta, they've got a 5. Well, this is from a couple days ago, so it's probably. But they've got a 501 team slugging percentage. Which is the best in history, better than the 27 Yankees. Obviously, Acuna.
That's unbelievable.
Acuna is now a 40 homer, 70 steal guy. They're the second team ever, joining the 2019 Twins, to have 5 guys with 30-plus home runs, and they could have 9 guys with 20-plus. They lead the home run. They were leading the Dodgers, second next team, by 59 home runs. I don't know what it is now. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
now,
it's ridiculous.
The Twins have the record of 307. They've got to be getting really close on that.
Yeah.
So just the Braves, and let's hope that all those numbers just go to poof when we play them in the second round. All right. How about some of the rookies? Hopefully, one guy we won't face. Corbin Carroll and Gunnar Henderson, 2 rookies, right? Diamondbacks, Orioles. They each have 9 triples, which is pretty big. 305.
There's your home runs with it. It's
okay, so they have 305. So they, what did I say? Oh, 307.
57.
They need 2 today to tie the record.
Yeah.
They need 2 home runs today.
Very reachable.
But how about that? Lead the league. You got 2 rookies that are going to lead the league, but respective leagues in triples. That's pretty impressive.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How about this? This is one of the crazy stats. Royce Lewis had 4 Grand Slams, giving him 5 for his career, but he had 4 Grand Slams this year. 4 Grand Slams, and he had 5 in his.
That's unbelievable too,
right?
In itself.
I mean, it's crazy.
That guy's got a knack,
and
man.
he did it in an 18-game span. He hit the 4 Grand Slams in an 18-game span.
That's what you call getting hot. He was seeing it look like a beach ball coming in there.
How about this one? Home teams are winning at a very low 521 clip. The basically saying that there's really not a huge home run or a home team advantage, right? Because it's one of the lowest numbers. 521 is not very low, so that's interesting there.
Yeah.
How about this one? The Padres are 0-12 in extra innings. You wonder why. You look at their run differential. The run differential is like really good.
Yeah.
And you look at all the stats and metrics, but they are 0-12 in extra innings, and they also have a terrible record in one-run games. So,
hence where they ended up at.
How about Trey Turner? Trey Turner, I think he has 30 because he had this 29 when I printed this off.
Yeah.
But I think he's at 30 stolen bases and hasn't been caught. So that is a record for how many stolen bases without being caught. So that
guy
is
can run. I thought he could have run more this year, but
yeah, because Chase Utley went 23 for 23, but that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Kyle Schwarber, again, he's the way he's batted. Just all of his numbers are crazy as far as being a leadoff hitter, how many walks he has, how many home runs he has, and his batting average.
Yeah.
So crazy, and he's hit 32 home runs as a leadoff guy. Clayton Kershaw, right?
Yeah.
You would think a veteran like that who's basically on the tail end of his career, he led the Los Angeles Dodgers in innings pitched, right? So which is, again, it's kind of a crazy
Yeah, do you know
thing.
how many he pitched this year? I mean, because he was a workhorse for a long time. I'm talking a lot of innings.
Yep.
He pitched a lot of complete games back in the day.
And how about Ohtani? Ohtani, who's missed basically a large part of the season, has for those stat heads out there, already has a 10 WAR. He's going to finish the season with a 10 WAR, which is pretty crazy with someone playing not too long.
Yeah.
And then also there are 17 players with at least 20 home runs and 20 steals. That's too shy of the record set in 1999. And so it's actually, that might have been broken too, because I know at the time of the writing, McCormick from the Astros, 1 stolen base away, and Bogarts from the Padres was a homer and 2 steals away, and a couple other guys, Yelich and Josh Lowe. So talking that further talks about the excitement in baseball this year.
Well, yeah, they've added the stolen base back into it with I guess the way the bases are now, it shortens the distance of just a touch, and I mean it's a bang play a lot of times at second base, so that those inches matter. A bigger
base too. Yeah.
Yep.
So. All right, Tommy. Coming up on the show, again, we're going to give you the lineup for today.
Yeah.
And then because it comes down to the Marlins and the Diamondbacks, who we're going to play, and I can give you our speculation of when we're going to play. I don't know for sure, but I've got an idea. So we're going to give you some very pertinent information this last segment.
Yeah.
What's that?
Eagles preview.
I don't even know if we'll have time to do an Eagles preview. Well, yeah, I'll give you an Eagles preview. They're going to demolish the Commanders, Josh Harris and the Commanders. And how about that? Josh Harris coming in town, the owner of the Sixers, is going to be coming in wearing a Commander's hat at the link.
Oh.
Right? That's just what are we?
He might have to wear it for a day from the fans.
What have we gotten to, right? I mean, and I hope Joel Embiid is not in a suite with him, because he was in a suite down in Washington, celebrating. But that would be not a good move. All right, coming up in the show, we just did the Eagles preview. Eagles going to crush them. We're going to give you the Marlins, the lineup today, and we're going to give you the Marlins Diamondbacks. And I want to get Tommy's take on who he wants to play, because we will find out probably about 6 o'clock tonight. We'll talk all that. You're listening to Septa Baseball Insiders Show, presented by BCWSA, live from Puss in Boots Tavern in Fairless Hills, PA.
Puss and Boots Tavern on Trenton Road in Fairless Hills is better than ever. Sit down, relax on their outdoor patio, and try their award-winning burgers and sandwiches. Visit their takeout store for all of your favorite takeout. And it's not just food. You can also stock up on beers, soda, cigars, snacks, and a variety of convenience items. Call 215-295-8236 to place your order or have them host your next party or affair. Get out and enjoy the summer weather today at Puss and Boots Tavern.
The life of an Eagles fan is a wild ride. Some years we triumph. Some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game, shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on Septa. And this season, fans ride home free from NRG Station on the Broad Street line thanks to Unibet, an official casino and sportsbook partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home, sponsored by Unibet at iseptaphilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
The life of an Eagles fan is a wild ride. Some years we triumph. Some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game, shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on Septa. And this season, fans ride home free from NRG Station on the Broad Street line thanks to Unibet, an official casino and sportsbook partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home, sponsored by Unibet at iseptaphilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We now return to the Septa Baseball Insiders Show, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Phillies Director of Fun and Games John Brazer and former pitcher from the '93 National League champion Phillies, Tommy Greene.
All right, we are back to Septa Baseball Insiders Show, presented by BCWSA. We are live from Puss in Boots Tavern in Fairless Hills, PA. I'm John Brazer, joined by Tommy Greene. And Tommy, are you ready for the lineup today?
Yes,
this is
sir.
The last regular season game of the season. You're right. Matt Strom is on the mound to start. We'll see how long he goes.
Yeah.
He is 9-5 with a 3.32 ERA. He'll be facing Buto. He'll be facing Jose Buto, a right-hander. He's 1-3 on the year, 3.75 ERA. So that's who we got. And here's the lineup. We'll start with the Mets first. They got Ortega playing center field, leading off. Mauricio playing batting second. Alonso, the polar bear, batting third. First base, Lindor. Cleanup spot, shortstop, Vientos, DH. Beatty is playing third. Alvarez catching. DJ Stewart playing right field. And Locastro left field. So again, that's Ortega, Mauricio, Alonso, Lindor, Vientos, Beatty, Alvarez, Stewart, and Locastro. They have... The only one that actually, Strom's had pretty good success off all of them. There's one, Beatty's gone 1 for 2, but not a lot of at-bats. I know Alonso's 0 for 5 against him with 3 Ks.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, for the Fightin' Phils, the last regular season lineup, it is Schwarber leading off. Schwarber, Castellanos playing right field. Schwarber's DHing.
Yeah.
Castellanos right field. Stott batting third, second base. Bohm, cleanup spot, third base. Marsh batting fifth, playing left field. Sosa batting sixth, shortstop. Cave playing first base, batting seventh. Rojas center field, batting eighth. Stubbs catching and batting ninth. Hopefully he went out and had a big night last night, because it would be nice to get to 90 wins, right? It'd be nice to get to 90 wins.
So you got some guys that, they're not playing. Obviously Harper, Turner.
Yep. But Castellanos is 2 for 5 off Budo with a home run, so that's good. You've got Stott 2 for 4.
Yeah, you mentioned some names right there. We need to get going. This is a good game to get a good taste in our mouth going into the playoffs. It's Stott and Bohm.
Well, Bohm's 3 for 5 off Budo with 2 home runs. So
we need him to feel good. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Because he's like 0 for 19 or something. The last 19. It's not good.
It's pretty nice when you got 20% of your hits. 20% of your at-bats against Budo, it results in a home run. He's got 6 RBIs and 5 at-bats against this guy. So
we need him to get going there.
So, again, it's Schwarber, Castellanos, Stott, Bohm, Marsh, Sosa, Cave, Rojas, Stubbs, and Strom on the mound versus Budo. So that is today's game. The other game you want to pick, there's 2 games you want to pay attention to.
Yes.
Right now, the everyone game starts at 3:10. So every game starts the same. Houston Diamondbacks. If the Diamondbacks win and the Marlins lose, we play the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Diamondbacks are going with a left-handed pitcher, Nelson, who's got a 3.88 ERA, going up against Christian Javier. We faced him in the World Series last year with the Astros. Not having a great year this year. Well, 9-5, but 4.67 ERA.
Well, he's got good stuff, though.
Yes, he's got great stuff. So that's that. And then the Marlins I mentioned, Marlins are playing the Pirates. The Marlins are basically going with one of their top starters, which is maybe good because if we might not be facing him. Braxton Garrett Now, the good news is if we face the Marlins, Alcantara and Perez are out for the year.
Yeah.
So Braxton Garrett, a lefty.
I didn't see him on the game, but
well, that's what they have here. Listen, maybe they pulled him knowing that,
it's to be determined on what I'm looking at the game.
You would think they would save him, so maybe that is the case. So, but it just depends on whether they think it matters whether they play us or the Brewers.
Yeah.
Because they're either playing, if they win, they're playing us.
Yeah.
If they lose and Diamondbacks win, they're playing the Brewers.
Yeah.
Now, again, I don't, you pick your poison.
Yeah.
But let's go through the two teams, okay? Yeah. So for the Fightin' Phils versus the Marlins. Now, the Marlins have been a pest, have been a thorn in our side.
Yes.
Now, last couple of years, we've handled it. But this year we are 6-7 against the Marlins. We started off big win, 15-3 early in the year. Then we lost 2 in a row, 8-4, then 3-2. We won 4-3. We lost a couple games. We won a couple games. Lost, win, lost, win, lost. So it's kind of back and forth. Most of the games were tight, except for that really the one big one. But a lot of them there's a lot of one-run games here.
Yeah.
So 6-7.
And the thing is, you're talking about their pitching. Their young pitching they have is dangerous. But I mean, they got a couple guys down now, but they're playing good baseball.
They're playing very good. Well, here's what we have to deal with. If we face the Marlins, we deal with the league leader in hits, Arez, who they got from the Twins in the big
he hit
trade
400 forever. Now he's down to like 354.
Yeah. And he's got 10 home runs, 233 hits. So, we got him to contend with. You got Dela Cruz, who's got 19 home runs, big power guy.
Yeah.
They got the DH. Now, last time we played the Marlins in the last series, they didn't have Solar, but Solar has he's hit 250. He's got 36 home runs.
Yeah.
That's a lot of home runs.
And then you got the third baseman.
And then, you got Jake Berger, who's got some power. You got Josh Bell, who's been a nemesis for us. Yeah. You've got Jazz Chisholm, who's 22 stolen bases, 19 home runs. I mean, they got guys that pop.
Yeah.
I mean,
they've hit more home runs this year than they've ever had.
Yeah, Sanchez, right fielder, has 14 home runs. Cooper's got 13 home runs at first base that alternates with Bell.
Berger's got like 30-some, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got 9 with the Marlins, and he's got a bunch because they came over from the White Sox, I believe. And they got Gurriel, and they got Joey Wendell, local Westchester kid.
Yeah.
So they've got offense that can be scary.
Yeah.
And a little bit of depth. Pitching, they are going to go with some lefties because it looks like Jesus Luzardo, left-handed pitcher, we faced him twice. We went 6 1/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs against us on July 9th. He had 9 strikeouts.
Yeah,
and
he got great stuff.
And he went 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts April 11th. We could also face Braxton Garrett if he doesn't go today, he's probably not pitching today. He's 9-7 with 3.66 ERA. He's got 156 strikeouts. Luzardo's got 208 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Again, against us.
Swing and miss stuff he's got.
Against us, we faced him twice, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs both times. And then it looks like probably going to get Edward Cabrera, who's 7-7 with a 4.24 ERA. Pitched okay again. 3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. So that is the Marlins. So the Marlins that's kind of a scary.
Their arms. Yeah. They got some good arms, man.
They do. Well, they also have Tanner Scott is their left-handed closer. A lot of their bullpen is lefty, and 2 of their starters are lefty. So, we're going to have, obviously, with Harper and with Schwarber, right? Stott, yep. So we're going to have to hit lefties. But Tanner Scott, it looks like their closer. A.J. Puck also comes in for closing. Yeah. Big lefty. And they got some other guys. Dave Robertson, the guy who was on our team last year, not having a good year, but he's got experience. Johnny Cueto is in there. We pounded him, so I'm hoping we see him. And this guy Charge Wah. So that is the Marlins. Yeah. So if you want to play the Diamondbacks, then you want to hope for the Diamondbacks to win and the Marlins to lose. Yeah. Now, against the Diamondbacks, we had 7 games against them. We went 4-3. Yeah. All close. 6-3, 4-3, 6-5, 9-8. We blew them out 15-3, then 4-3, 5-4. So it's a lot of close games. Yeah. They're more top-heavy than the Marlins. In other words, they've got like 3 superstars, and then it kind of drops. Yeah. So they've got, the Christian Walker. I think the whole team revolves around rookie Corbin Carroll, who's got 285.
And he's a pain.
Pain in the butt. 285, 25 home runs, 54 stolen bases. So he does everything. He's got speed, power.
He's a souped-up Brett Butler.
Right.
He's got with power. Yeah, he's a souped-up.
And Christian Walker, local kid, 258, 33 home runs. He's got, 11 stolen bases. Marte, their second baseman, 276 with 25 home runs. Yeah. And then Gurriel's got 24 home runs. Yeah. Now, there's a drop-off after that. You got Perdomo, Thomas, Moreno, McCarthy, Longoria's on that team. Ahmad, Tommy Pham. But there's a big drop-off after their first 4 guys.
Yeah.
So offensively, I'm thinking I'd rather play probably – I think I'd probably rather play the Diamondbacks. And then the Diamondbacks are top-heavy on their rotation.
Yeah, with Gallen and
Merrill Kelly.
Yeah.
And they're right-handers, which is kind of good for us, right?
Yeah.
With all the lefties we have.
Yeah.
But Zach Gallen, another Philly product, 17-9, 3.47 ERA, 220 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Now, he just pitched the other day, and Kelly did as well. So, they might not be on full rest. Kelly's 12-8, 3.29. He's got 187 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Again, both right-handers.
Yeah.
But then they drop off after that. Just, they got Nelson, they got this guy Fott, they got Henry.
Well, it only takes 2 wins, so
right.
we got to get one.
And their bullpen is Sewell, Chafin, Castro, McGowl. So I'm thinking just by looking at that, Tommy, at first I was looking at the Marlins because I wanted to play the Marlins since they don't have Alcantara, they don't have Perez.
Well, yeah.
But now they've seen us a lot. And
I'm looking for who's playing good right now, and the Marlins
are playing well.
And the Marlins are playing where they're 6-4 in the last 10. Not that Arizona's playing that bad; they're 5-5, but they've lost 3 in a row. Coming into today, they've lost 3 in a row right now. Coming into this last game. So, and the Marlins have won 3 in a row.
Yep.
So they're playing good baseball right now, and we've lost 3 in a row. We need to. I mean, obviously we've played different. He's gave some people some rest and stuff like that, but. Still, I'd love to end the season on a positive note. We need to do some things. That's why I'm hoping that Stott and Bohm show up today, because they've been trending in the wrong direction for a little while.
Yep.
So we need them kind of a little bit of confidence here today, build a little bit, that way they end it in style.
So we're going to find out tonight after the games what times we're going to get.
Yeah, and who we're going to get. Yeah.
Right. So I have a feeling that as far as the times, we have to be the marquee team. There's 4 games that will be going on.
Yeah.
And the teams that are going to have home games are Milwaukee against and Phillies in the National League.
Yeah.
And the American League will be Tampa, and it'll be the Rangers, I think.
Yeah.
Or Minnesota, sorry. Minnesota and Tampa. And so out of those teams, if you're Major League Baseball, you want us in the prime spot. Now, one of those, there's going to be a time change issue. So Minnesota is in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Right?
Texas.
And Milwaukee's in the Midwest, so they're probably going to get the late game.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we get like around 7 o'clock game.
I would like that.
Yeah, so that's my guess, but we won't find out. So
yeah,
Tommy,
let me know when you find out, pal.
I will. That wraps up today's Septa Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA, live from Puss in Boots. Thanks to Pat Dion, the great staff here at Puss in Boots. Thanks to my co-host Tommy Greene, our on-site engineer Chris Ermer, back in the studio Gus Barber, and thanks to you for listening. We'll be back hopefully if we win the Wild Card Series.
Yeah.
We're going to be back next Sunday at the Eddington House in Bensalem, PA. Stay tuned for Eagles versus Commanders game. I mentioned it's going to be a slaughter. Let's hope that's the case. Have a great week, and as the late, great Harry the K says,
we're out of here.
You've been listening to the Septa Baseball Insider Show presented by Lactic.